Moon on the yes, all right. Kim Moon is on the western part of New Territory. Goes through the ocean.
If you're in the side, you can close it and then
There by the
it will not touch it, okay?
of Hong Kong, where is the Zhuhai Macau Hong Kong Bridge. All right, so that is another tunnel for vehicles. Of course, we have other tunnels for MTR. If you travel on MTR, you can travel around Hong Kong in many different places, no matter east, west, south, and north. It's all accessible by MTR. Now we have already crossed the Western Harbour Tunnel, and as you see, on the right-hand side is ICC, the tallest building of Hong Kong. The first tallest building, 484 meter high. And on the 100th floor is the Sky 100, which is an observation floor where you have 360-degree view of the entire Hong Kong. Anybody been there before? Yeah, if you haven't, next time together with your teachers and with your companies or whatever, come and have a look. It's magnificent. And of course, this western part on the entire Western Highway is a reclaimed land after the airport, the new airport is built. And it's mainly, we have a very extended reclaimed land, which is the Western Town area or park, where we have the Palace Museum, the Man Plus Museum, and Sichu Center, as well as the entire city. If you come later in December, it's a Christmas town, very beautiful. So you can come over and have a look. A very small, beautiful Christmas town built by the Hong Kong Tourist Board to entertain our tourists and ourselves. Okay, come back to this map. Now we are going all the way to two new territories. Which is the largest island of Hong Kong? Yes, very good. I should have brought some gift for your present for you. Sorry, I haven't. But it's you're very clever. And if you know the number one, which is number two, at least you have to know three. And then the number three. No, Number Island. This is change. It used to be Lama Island. He is very right. But it's jumped to number 4. Do you know which is the number 3? Can you just take a look? Correct. It's a man-made island. This is Chatlapkot Airport. After the third runway is built, now it's becoming the third largest area of island. So if we talk about the Hong Kong area, it's a total of 1,110 square kilometer. Lantau Island is about 147 square kilometer. And Hong Kong Island is about half the size of Lantau Island, 78. Then these are the two biggest, and the largest are very small. Lama Island, which is like south of Hong Kong, has around 12 to 13 square kilometers. But our new Chatlapkot airport now has around over 20 square kilometers. So it's jumped to number 3. And that's all the famous islands. Of course, we have some beautiful islands like Chengzhou, Pingzhou, Nama, where you can go and enjoy an outing and have some seafood. And if people like young ones like hiking, you can go hiking as well. So Hong Kong is very beautiful. Now, talking about islands, the next ones are mountains. Hong Kong is also famous with some very beautiful mountains, and that's why we have a lot of good hiking tracks. Which is the tallest mountain of Hong Kong? Correct. Second one, you know which is the second one? Line Rock is middle, about 495. The second one. Sorry? Is not on the list yet. The peak is 552. It is the tallest on Hong Kong Island, but not the second highest. It is on Lantau Island. Lantau Island, because it's like geographically, you can go up the mountain, you can go like by the beach, and you can go like into some fishing village. This one is a famous mountain called Phoenix Mountain. Phoenix Mountain is good, like also called Sunrise Mountain. Sunrise means it's a very good spot for watching sunrise. So it's very nice. So the second highest, the tallest is Shan is in Chunwan nearby. It's 957 meters, which is the tallest of Hong Kong. The second tallest is Phoenix, which is 934 meters high of Phoenix. And it's a joke or like some interesting story about the name of Lantau Island. Do you know why do we call it Lantau Island? But the Cantonese pronunciation is completely different. Cantonese is Da Yu San. Da means big, Yu Da Yu San. But it's not like the translation of Hong Kong. In the Cantonese name is Hong Kong. All right, if you know a little bit like about the Cantonese sound. So Lantau Island. Do you know why is it called Lantau Island? It's a story about it. Huh? Lantau in Cantonese is a very strange pronunciation. Lan means broken or chipped. Okay, broken head. Lantau is your head. Lantau is like a broken head or chipped head. So why was it called like that? It's a story.
Because Lantau Island is the only part of the territory, and so that's why it's called
Yes and no. It's nothing to do with new territories. Okay, but it's the shape of it. The shape of it dated back to like the old day when the foreigners came in, when the British came in, when Hong Kong was ceded to UK. So the foreigners went to Lantau Island and saw the Phoenix Peak. If you know about Phoenix Peak, the Phoenix Peak is like a broken head. It's a two shape with a chip like that. So this is a chip. So when the foreigner walked into the island, they were very strange about this mountain. So they asked the local, what's the name of that mountain? And the local at that point of time were mainly fishermen, farmers, and they did not know about English. They did not know how to answer the foreigners. So they were saying that, Lantau, because it was cheap and broken head. So they said, Lantau. And then the foreigner, the man was saying, Lantau, so this is called Lantau Island. And that's how the name comes from. And this name has been used since like 1840. So a little bit like a story about it, but there's no like, yeah, right, you're right. Okay, now talking about Hong Kong, do you know, now most of now may know about Hong Kong, do you know where is the southernmost part of Hong Kong? Because Hong Kong is a place, the southernmost.
Southernmost?
What's the island? Lama is just like south of Hong Kong, but southernmost point of Hong Kong. We have the easternmost, southernmost, westernmost, and the northernmost. The southernmost here is called Po Toi Island, where you can catch a ferry from either Aberdeen or from Stanley ferry going to Po Toi Island. And there's no road on the island. It's mainly rock. Rock is for the hiking and outgoing places. It's a lovely place for hiking, climbing up the rocks, and so many beautiful rocks on top. And then where is the northernmost? Nok Ma Chau. Close. Nok Ma Chau is close. And this is where we are going nearby. It is Sa Tau Kok. Nearby Sa Tau Kok, there's a Macintosh Castle. That's the northernmost. Macintosh Castle, along the border, there we have about 7 castles, which were built after the 50s to watch over the border for security. So the red point here is the northernmost. Then the easternmost is, let me see, where's the easternmost? Not sure if you have been there before. It's a very lovely island. 東平洲 Dong East. Dong Ping means flat. It's nearby the Mersey Bay. The Mersey Bay. That's a Dong Ping Zhou. It's a very sedimental rock over there. The northeastern part of Hong Kong is famous for its UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Science and Cultural Organization.
Isn't it the rocks were shaped in like waffles?
Sorry, I can't hear.
Wait, in Dong Ping Zhao,
Can you speak louder?
in Dong Ping Zhao, is the rock shaped in like waffles?
No, Pingzhou, you are talking two different Pingzhou. Pingzhou, if it is not the eastern Pingzhou, it's just next to Changzhou. It's a small island where people live in and have fun, and also like there's so many art and craft happen there. It's a Pingzhou. That's a livable island. But the easternmost part is East Pingzhou, Dong Pingzhou. It's a Pingzhou with very flat on the water next to the Mersey Bay of Sunshine area. So if you like geography and like the nature of like different volcanic rocks, sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, that is a place where you will see a lot of beautiful things. All right. And then the westernmost is on Lantau Island. And Lantau Island, where here now we have a lot of those dolphins. The pink dolphin live nearby. It's a Jin Pen Island. So east, west, north, south, we have all the different points. All right. Okay. About Hong Kong, I'm giving you more information about Hong Kong. Then you know a little bit. In Hong Kong, we know the highest mountain, and you mentioned about the peak. We have so many like tourist spots and attraction. Can you name some of the attraction? Yes? Huh? Hiking is an activity. I'm talking about like hiking is very famous. A lot of people like to come to Hong Kong for hiking like around all the different tracks. So hiking is a very well-known activity. That's why we have a very famous hiking track. Do you know which one? Anybody knows?
Dragon's Back.
Lion Ride. Okay. And this one, we have two named after the previous governor. One is Manly House. It's a 10 sections from Hong Kong, all around like the east and then to new territories. Manly House. Manly House, he was one of our previous governor. And the other one is called Wilson Track. Wilson Track, also another hiking track, well known in the world, and lots of people come over. Of course, on the Hong Kong Island, we have the Hong Kong hiking trail, where the eighth section is Dragon Back. Do you know Dragon Back?
Yeah.
Anybody been there? Very lovely. Okay.
Yeah, very
Then
nice.
we have on the Lantau Island, the Lantau Trail. So these are also very famous that you walk from mountain to mountain, hike from mountain to mountain, but of course some of them are very difficult hikes. You have 6 stars, some of them are very flat. That is good for family. It's a lovely place.
You've been there.
And so that's hiking trails. Now I'm talking about, what was my question? I forgot. Attraction, right? This is one of the attractions, but if it is a tourist attraction, Hong Kong, as you know, the peak, right? The peak is very famous. All the tourists who come over would love to come to the peak, which is the highest point. And when we were governed by the UK government, there used to be a governor summer house on top of the mountain, but it was like demolished before during the Japanese occupation. And then later on, because of the governor at that point of time preferred not to go up to the mountain, but he loved like horse riding, golfing. So the residents, so the summer residents now was built, since 1930 was built in Fanling. So nearby the places we're going, there was a place which the governor summer house, summer residence was there. So that's the peak. And of course now if you go up to the peak, have you been to using the truck? The truck which is, yeah, the picture very lovely, right? How long does it ride?
I don't know. I never went there.
You don't know? Have you been the big truck?
I only do the hiking.
Oh, it's 7 minutes only.
I just go on the train.
But it's worth it, right? It's worth it.
Remember that.
It's 7 minutes, but it's already the sixth generation. So when was the trend newly started? Do you know?
Last year.
That's the sixth generation last year. So the first one. Yes, very good. 1888. It's because at that time, as I said, the governor built the summer residence up on the peak, and there was a hotel. The Peak Hotel also was built there. So before the tram was built, people travel on sedan chair with two workmen, two labor, one in the front and one at the back, with two pieces of all the sticks. Two pieces of sticks really like taking you all over there. So it's interesting. I have the photo here, and I'll show you later once it's turned on. It's a sedan where they carry the passenger on the seat and then walk uphill to the peak. Then that was the Englishman found that we could, there's a very good place where they could build this tramway. So then they started to build the tramway, and the Peak tram, actually was the first public transport of Hong Kong. Because Hong Kong in the old days, before 1840, was only a fishing village with mountains and really high hills. There was no roads. Hong Kong now you see is so greenery and lots of mountains. Another piece of information is that about 70% of the Hong Kong, those mountains or hills, which means it's not livable. It's only 30% of the entire area is really usable by either residential, housing, commercial, industrial, etc. That's why we are always short of land. That's the reason that now all our city is vertical. We are called vertical city. Okay, another piece of interesting information. Do you know why Hong Kong is called Hong Kong? Why do we call ourselves Hong Kong? Why don't we call ourselves other names like Shenzhen, part of, since we're part of South China, why don't we call ourselves Canton but call ourselves Hong Kong? And do you know Hong? Hong is English. In Cantonese is Hong. Hong. Do you know what's this word? Sorry? No. It smells good. Hong smells good.
Flower.
Good fragrance. It's a good fragrance. It smells good. The scent itself is like all this perfume. Perfume like the ladies use perfume is called It smells good. So when you eat something delicious, you have to make sure that it smells good. I like the smell of it. It's Hong is how it comes from. So why does we call ourselves Hong? It's because Hong Kong used to grow a lot of trees which is in the family of agarwood. Agarwood, they know what the incense is made from those agarwood. And the trees, when they like scrub the trees or the skin and make it into powder, it can be manufactured as incense, which is now used by a lot of like even different races, different nationality or Hong Kong in most of the temples. So that's why they grow a lot. Hong Kong used to grow a lot of these type of trees. And there's a pot in Hong Kong Island, which is Taiwan. After the pot itself, gather all these trees and then northern part of which is now or like to Southeast Asia. And that's why the port itself, Gong is port. Hong Kong is a port which exports this incense. And we used to call the Aberdeen area called Hong Kong. And now you see the beautiful places here is close to Dabo, Taipo. And I have a look of Taipo of the nearby area. Taipo over there, you see like very beautiful places. And this is the Tolo Harbor. Tolo Harbor also is famous with a lot of history, which I can tell you the whole day and with lots of things. I'll show you some pictures. Now this picture is the sedan they used in the old days. This one, have a look. That's a picture that in the old days when the people who want to go up to the peak and they have to hire this sedan sitting in the uphill. That's a sedan.
How long does it take them?
I don't know, several hours. Have to, even though now if you climb up, it takes 45 minutes because you have good roads. But in the old days, it's all hilly and rocky road. So that's how they carry people up there. People at the back can see. So this was the peak, and they used to have a hotel. See, this was a hotel on the peak, which is now the Peak Galleria. Galleria with the bus terminal. This was the hotel, but it was burned down before the around 1990, before the Japanese occupation. And this is summer residence of the governor. This was the summer residence of the previous governor, which now was the balcony now on top, which is a secret garden. So that was the government.
Victoria Garden?
We call it garden. Very beautiful now. I'll show you where it is. Which is now the current the Victoria Garden. We call it the secret garden. So it's very beautiful. When go on and have a look.
Remember that
And when
we went
they
there when
abolished,
it's birthday of your friend.
yeah, go up the road in the meadow, and this is now the security house, which is now a decayed monument. It's left behind when the summer residence was like torn down by a typhoon twice. So now they decided not to, like the government not to build any more up there, but just the government changed it to a beautiful garden. Here is the secret garden, the Victoria Garden up on top of the hill. So that's a famous, one of the famous attractions. Of course, we have several other famous tourist attractions on Hong Kong, like Stanley Beach, Repulse Bay. And for kids, for children, which place do you like most?
Disneyland.
Ocean Park.
Huh?
Disneyland.
Ocean Park? The theme park? You don't like Ocean Park? Huh? And another one is Disneyland. Have you been to Disneyland? Right, yeah. Yeah, these are the famous places for families. And of course, like as I said, on Hong Kong Island we have so many, but on Lantau Island, again you can go up to the peak, and there's another famous a tourist spot. It's called the Big Buddha. The Big Buddha, and then there's a village, a fishing village. I don't know whether you've been there. Tai O. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Worth going. In Lantau, yes. In Lantau Island, there's a Tai O fishing village, whereby you will see lots of historical houses on stilts houses, like Venice. Similar to Venice with a waterway alongside, and then you have all the houses built on the water. So it's very lovely one. And that's a Lantau Island. Of course, in Kowloon, there are other famous places, both historical and newly for educational. And I want to show you everything. Okay, other than now we are already just past Ivo and close to Fanling, very close. So what is it? We are going to the Fanling, nearby the Fanling FTL station. We have a very traditional, historical, we call it magistracy. It's a magistracy which was a court used when they built in the 1960s. In the old days, talking a little bit about history, if you have interest to know. About Hong Kong, you know, in Hong Kong, we used to be a part of the China, belong to China, dated back to all the different dynasties. Hong Kong, this tiny spot is part of China. But then in 1839, because of the First Opium War, and the Qing dynasty at that moment lost the Opium War. So the UK at that point has signed a treaty called Treaty of Nanjing in 1842. So Hong Kong Island was ceded to the UK for their governance. Then 18 years later, which is 1860, there's another treaty called the Convention of Beijing, which then UK signed this one, and the Kowloon Peninsula, which is south of Boundary Strait by the Victoria Harbour, was ceded to British for their governance again. So two areas were governed by UK, and UK developed the entire places nearby the harbour. That's why the harbour was named after the Queen at that point of time, called Victoria. So we have Victoria Harbour, we have Victoria Peak, we have Victoria Garden, things like that. Then 38 years later, 1898, they extended the Treaty of the Convention of Beijing. Then they signed another treaty which extends the area from the northern part of Boundary Strait to the Sunshine River. That's all the surrounding islands at that point was 230 something. Was leased to UK for their governance, and the lease was for 99 years. And do you know what's the lease rental? When you lease something, you have to pay rental. Do you know what's the lease rental? Just name it. Within your fingers. Just name one. $1 lease rental. That's only a token, alright? It's a symbol. And that rental has never been paid. Then the lease was for 99 years. So 99 years counted from 1898, it becomes 1997. So before 1997, around 1954, between China and UK, the governance had so many rounds of like meetings and discussions. So at the end, it was agreed, and they signed a joint declaration. It was agreed that the entire Hong Kong, including Hong Kong, Kowloon, and New Territories, and all the outlying islands, will be returned to China for their sovereignty. And that's why we had the returning ceremony on the 1997 at the midnight of changing from 30th of June to 1st of July on the midnight. Then the entire Hong Kong was returned to China for their governance under the rule of one country, two system. And that's why we have one country, two system. And what does that mean, one country, two system? Two system of running or like maintaining the entire policy. And the one country is China. Two system means that we will have our Hong Kong like a governing policy, and China will not interfere except for foreign affairs and defense. That's why Hong Kong does not have to pay for any defense cost. It's all sponsored and protected by the China government. And that's why it comes to now 27 years already. And that's how Hong Kong is, and that's why we have the new territories. And then ever since the British government come in, their top priority, of course, was to develop their ministry, the governors, housing, and as well as like protection, all the military protection by the harbour. And new territories in the old days was not really like governed by the British government, which they means that there was no court before, ever since they took over, and all these local affairs or disputes were handled by the local clans or the villages, and that's why you have so many different clans in new territories. It's only after the 50s or after the Japanese control of Hong Kong, then the China border has encountered some changes. A lot of immigrants come from China border, and we have many and many more people living in Hong Kong. And that's since 60, the governor was saying that they need to retain control of all the disputes between people. So they started to build a court for new territories. And this Fanling magistracy was the first one built in new territories to handle the affairs of the local people. And that's why it's a little bit like colonial style British built, and you will see it later with especially the guided tour. So I'll show you more pictures when we have time. We are nearly getting to the places, and once we get to the entrance, we'll walk to the coffee house, and we have some area designed for us already, and you have placed your order, so we will sit down and have it. 喺前面個門口落底，過咗，未，喺消防局對面，過咗消防局未啊？前面係啊，消防局對面。你繼續駛過去得㗎啦，見到消防局。即係可能係呢一度。唔係側邊，消防局嗰度對面嗰個，你做個迴旋轉過去啊。
Did you see it? Later we go there. The magistrate.
Is she gonna when it's lunchtime, gonna watch, okay? Even though when
Are you hungry? Ready for our lunch? Oh, you should enjoy lunch. Enjoy food. Okay, now we're here now. Uncle Chun will park in the main entrance for us to get out, and we walk direct to the coffee house and find our way and sit down to start our lunch first. We will be here around like after lunch in less than an hour. 呢度嗰啲盤睇先，嗰啲唔係喺個門口落，但你走俾我哋喺度啦。係啦，因為第一張飛應該落啫，你俾我哋落。Okay, now make sure that you bring all your valuables and unfasten your seatbelt. Bring all your valuables. All other things can be left on the bus, and we'll come back to the bus after lunch. So, careful, the floor is a little bit wet and slippery.
Nita ka.
Are you okay?
I left my umbrella. Your phone, bring it.
You bring the stuff to the
Siyempre, ang dali mo yung tubig, alam.
Your water, bro?
Water, you bring. Mainit ang ating pangitao.
Siyempre, doon sa restaurant may toilet yun. Your bag. Your bag. It's open, bro. Hey, it's open.
Okay, let's come over.
Are those people in jail there?